Hello, hello, everybody. Renee here, independent demonstrator, and it's a Thursday and it's a live. Um, you can visit my Facebook page, Renee's Paper Crafts Business, anytime and check out the things that I share on a daily basis, ideas and cards, and just trying to help people see what's available in the card making realm. All right, so we're going to make a card and I'm going to show you some things in just a moment. Okay, so I'm going to go live. All right. All right, everybody. I was just getting things set here so that we are okay. And I think we are okay. So let's see where we are. There we are. We're all set. We're all set. Hey, hey, I'm back. I live again. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see if we are online. I'm hoping we are. There we are. Yes, very good. It's about trucking along. It's so much fun. And I'm going to be showing you some things and how to make this fun card. Now, this card I used, Christmas tree, some really old designer paper, but used the trucking along bundle to make this card. And we'll show you this in a minute. So this is the punch, which is wonderful. And this is the stamp set. It is definitely two-step stamping. If you don't like coloring in things, you're able to color in with that second stamp. If you do like coloring in, you can do that as well. It's all up to you. And I've done both. All right. So that's that. So that we will be showing you. It's a great set. It really is fun, and it's not just for Christmas. It's for all kinds of occasions. And today I'm going to show you an anniversary card that I'm making with this set. All right. The next thing before we start, I did want to show you a few things. Okay, here's my wonderful erasers. All right, so I did want to show you a few things before we actually start the card. And one of the things I wanted to show you is what I'm going to be using for this card is I am going to use, these are the new Stampin' Writes, and they are different and they're very inky and they work very well. I don't have all these new colors, so I use this to make the card I'm going to be presenting to you, and you will see they work beautifully, much more inked, different tips now at the back side. I do miss the fine tip point a little bit, but not too much, because I used to use that finer tip if I didn't stamp correctly, but here's that tip now, and it works on the stamps as well as the other side. So it really, if you haven't got these Stampin' Writes, which are the 2023 new core colors collection, so all the new colors, I suggest that they are amazing and they work really, really well. All right, if you don't have a demonstrator, you can always use me, and I will help you in many ways, and I do through Zoom. So you don't have to live in my hometown to get what you need. All right. So the other thing that I'm going to use for this card that I wanted to show you was the masterfully made paper, which contains the Azure Afternoon, which is some of the ink I used, the Berry Burst I used, crushed curry, fresh freesia, lemon lime twist, which I used, lemon lolly, lost lagoon, melon mambo, night of navy, pretty peacock, pumpkin pie, and sweet sorbet. It's just tons and tons of color. I used this sheet, matter of fact, this front sheet, And it is wonderful, 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 wonderful paper. So if you haven't gotten this, it has a little antique look. I've shown you another card on my page for this paper, and I intend to use it more. Just that little bit shabby chic kind of feeling, which I do like. All right, so that's what I did there. I did want to show you another set that I'm really, really excited about. This is the Cards and More. And here we have the Cards and More. This was the bottle punch. I did have a balloon punch that I used, but these stars come from the Cards and More. This piece comes from the Cards and More. What I have done is combined a little bit the Cards and More with that beautiful paper that they sell. And so that's the Bright and Beautiful paper. I actually love this paper, and I feel it too is all occasions. And I'm going to show you that it's definitely all occasions. And it's just such fun paper. You've got this side, which of course is very, very subdued. And then you have the other side, which is going to be more the, did I show you? No, that's how it's going there. So it's much more fun. So, I mean, it's just great, great, great paper. And I think it can be for retirement, any kind of graduation, any times of congratulatory event. And so anniversaries, birthdays, retirements, graduations, all those things. Both of these are birthday cards. I have a lot of birthdays coming up, and I made this one as well from that paper. And I used, again, this is from the Cards and More and from the DSP. I think I used both here. Again, I like to use them in combination, gives me everything I need, makes it so much easier. The Cards and More pack, as usual, comes with the small cards. And those are always helpful. And I do various things. As you see here, I cut the bottle out. I can do all kinds of things that I decide to do with the Cards and More pack. And this is my favorite side, is the side of these. And everything you see here, they have that in yellow. See? So they have that also in blue and yellow and hip hip hooray and stars and just all kinds of things that you can see. They're just so much fun. So these are really, really great cards. The envelopes are just gorgeous. Here's the envelope. They're just absolutely stunning. The envelope is stunning. And then there are two types of cards. This is the one type right there. These are again 6 by 4 1/4, or 6 1/4 by 4 1/4, I think it is. And I adore these. These are just, and you know me, if you look back, you know that you can always, from Cards and More, make many alternate cards. And I'm sure I'll be making some cards with this to show you, okay, like these two. All right. So this is just such a fun card. This is just such a fun card. And we can do various things with that. So definitely you can do this with both of these with Cards and More. So that is kind of fun. So I really like that. And so that was the Cards and More. And then I wanted to show you that I did buy, I couldn't resist. I did resist for a while. I didn't think I would get this set. And the Beautiful Balloons bundle. Actually, I pretty much got the suite except for one of the papers, the gold and clear paper. I didn't get that, but I got everything else. And I just, I think it's time for a celebration. This can be anniversary. This can be new baby. This can be retirement. It has the tassels. It has the banners. I mean, what can you can't ask for more. The balloons are nice and huge and fun. So you can cut out those big balloons, which is absolutely great. You can see here, I think you see better here like this. Maybe I can do it like that. Maybe that's better. Not sure. It's kind of both ways upside down. But and here are the dies. And this makes fringe. I did buy fringe scissors. I did buy these fringe scissors, these Fiskars fringe scissors. I did go ahead and buy these to make fringe. But, you know, the more the merrier. Maybe if I need a longer fringe than what I can make with that. But this is fabulous. I can't wait to do fringe. Then this balloon, stars, the tassels, I mean, confetti. I mean, how wonderful. And the confetti can be used for anything, right? Especially if you're going to make maybe a shaker card. You can use that. So this is great. So let's see, was there anything else? Yeah, I did want to say I bought this because I thought that this would, the super cool stamp set, because I thought this would go so great with that bright and beautiful designer paper and the cards and more with that suite. I just thought this was a perfect addition, you know, and you're super cool. You are so super cool. You are so sweet. Hey there, love, nothing better. All American apple pie and pretzels and a pop and ice cream cone. There's nothing better, especially for the summer. So I just thought this was a great combination with these cards and more. I will show you, by the way, I forgot to show you this real quick. I did want to show you this. I've already taken some away, but there you go. That's that one. That's that one. You can see already the stars are gone, but these are those. Love the stickers. The stickers work real well. And then here are those cards, those big cards that I use for various reasons. And I just cut up as I go. There's never as many of the big ones, but that's okay. And that's why I have the DSP, because then I can use the DSP as well. So these are really fun. These are really, really, really fun. And you can see here that you can do many, many things with that, with these. All right. So just so you get a quick glimpse, I don't want to take up too much time because I have a card, but I wanted to show you another card that was made, I believe, with that fun paper. And what got me to do with that bright and beautiful paper. And this is So Happy to Celebrate You. And here is the opening of this. This is the Time Together. This Time Together bundle is really, really great. My team leader for a congratulatory lunch got us this Time Together. So I went ahead and bought the bundle. And talking about shaker cards, there's nothing better than making a shaker card with this Time Together. This is going to be a great Valentine's, a retirement card. Again, many opportunities. Just you need to look beyond what you think it should be for, and it happens. Great banner, really a great banner in here. Valentine's is coming. When Valentine's comes, this is going to be a great Valentine's set as well. So I just think that is wonderful. We did make a gull card just so you can see how these look. They're just so lovely. So here's that gull card with that set. And then here is the little box, little treat box, which I'm sure I'm going to be showing you how to make. This would be nice for a little perfume bottle to go in. Wouldn't that be nice? All right. Or a little cream. Just perfect. Okay. We are ready for what we're going to make. All right. And just to bring you back, it's masterfully made designer paper, this gorgeous, 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 gorgeous paper. is gorgeous. I mean, it's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. This paper is too fun. It's just too fun. How can you be without it? It's just too fun. All right. So let's see what I have for you. Okay. So what I have for you is this card, which we're going to make. I did it out of the Oh Christmas Tree and the old Mossy Meadow diagonal stripe ribbon. And then basically before you open the ribbon, you can open this. This is how I've done it. You can obviously put the label here and put DSP here if you want. You do, you know, you can alternate this part all you want, but I wanted this to stay open, and then they open it up for the rest of the card. Wishing you a festive Christmas. All right. So here is your little card, and it's just so fun and very easy. So I'm going to give you the dimensions right now. Let's look at those dimensions. Okay, here we go. You need a screenshot. I think this is dark enough now that you can get that screenshot. I call it a front flap tie card because I'm tying it. Cardstock base is 10 by 5.5. You are going to cut the 11-inch side to 10, but first you're going to cut the 8.5 side to 5.5. Okay, so it's a 10 by 5.5. Cut the 8.5 first, then cut the 11-inch to 10. At that point, you are going to then need a 7 by 3. And let me show you what I do and how that works for me. So what I did here is I cut the 8.5 by 5.5, the 8.5 side by 5.5. So that takes care of that. And then I cut the 10 side, which is this side, to 11, which is that. Okay, you can do it differently if you like, but then this piece is 3 inches wide because from the 5.5 from the 8.5 leaves you 3 inches. And so all I need to do is now cut this piece to 7 inches, and I cut a piece off here, which leaves me with a nice little piece to use for other things. All right, so the only waste is this, which is a strip you can use for many things inside of cards, etc., and that other piece that you will also be able to use. So that's how I use that one piece of cardstock. So once you have that one piece of cardstock, you are going to score it. And the scoring is, I see I left the scoring out. So let's see if I can get that in there. Let's see what I have. If I have a pen, I do. So the scoring here, so the scoring on that 10 by 5.5 will be at 1.5 and 4.25. So I scored this at 1.5 right here. I scored it at 1.5, then 4.25. And so then that goes there and that goes there, just like that. All right, flaps over. Yes. Then the 7 by 3 scoring is going to be at the 3.5. So you're going to have a piece, a face that ends up to be a 3 by 3.5. Which you'll see why the DSP is what it is. So here, I need 2 DSP pieces for this. For this piece, I will need 2 DSP pieces. And so that's going to be 2 3/4, right? By 3.25. So I need 2 DSP pieces, which are that dimension, and that is what I did. Okay. So then the next ones I need, because I have that 1.5 inch score line. So this was 1.5. I'm going to need 2 pieces of 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. And that's what I have right here, 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. Then what I have a larger piece of designer paper, which is going to be right here. I'm going to put that right here, more DSP. That is going to be the front. That's for the front. And that's going to be a 4 by 5 1/4. There you go. All right. So then I'm going to need a cardstock white, which again is 4 by 5 1/4. And you can see what I did here with that. Shabby chic'd it up a little bit because of this wonderful paper. All right. And then what I did is I did punch out and color a truck, and I'll talk about that. And then I cut up some of this, and I'll talk about that in the punch in just a bit. And then some ribbon. And my ribbon is pretty much it's probably too long, and it's 18, 22, 23 inches long is my ribbon. So, and I am using a little bit lighter in color ribbon than the paper, and then that what's it called, the new raspberry. I have to get that name down because this is what I used. This is that Berry Burst. Okay, and so this is the Moody Mauve, which is a little bit darker, and you can go ahead, as you know, I can ink that to a Moody Mauve. I can take a white one, etc. I would take a thicker ribbon versus a thinner ribbon for this. All right. So, and I decided that I would check it out later, and I took another ribbon just in case, and to use that one. And instead of the azure, I don't have azure ribbon, so I looked at another little bit different intensity, and that's the boho blue ribbon. So we'll see. So I think that's all we have. So we can go ahead. If you have all your dimensions, if you want to look at those one more time, there they are. There are all your dimensions and all your score lines and everything else. And then we'll start. I think we should start building, and I can talk while I build. All right. So I'm going to use my bone folder because I want to make sure that I get those creases in. I'm going to bone fold this. So I know I haven't been on Facebook as usual, and I am sorry about that. I did have, which I guess I'm going to say, because you do follow me and people are watching, and I'm pretty private usually, but I guess I will say this. I did have breast cancer, and I am now, I had surgery in June, and I am now going through radiation therapy. Everything is working out just fine, but it did take me a little bit back in terms of being on schedule, and I just couldn't get my schedule correct. So I couldn't be on all the time. It wasn't that I was I just glued that on. Sorry, I went too far. So I have to, sorry about that. I just glued that 4 by 5 1/4 right onto the top. And there's that beautiful paper that I mentioned. Then I'm going to take this one. I decided on this piece because it didn't matter. I did do a wrong cut here, and it'd been nice if I would have gone ahead and did the right one for this piece, but I did not. But that's okay, because what's going to happen is this is going to lie on top of this. So that will be fine, and it'll look just fine. So I am going to do that. I could also do this if I wanted to, which is go to that side and then use that, but I think I'd still rather have the blue. I do like the blue, so, but you can cut that paper. So these are those 1 1/4 strips by 5 1/4. And you can cut that paper so that you are continuous on that. That's just once you make your first cut of your 4 by 5 1/4, you make your second cut right after that of your 1 1/4, and then they should follow. But you would cut it higher because you want to cut from down here. You want to get rid of all of that sky. There's a lot of sky there. So you do want to get rid of that sky. So I went ahead and glued that. Now I'm going to glue the inside. Now I did a better job on the inside, I believe. And I did forget the ribbon. Did forget the ribbon. The ribbon has to go underneath here. The ribbon has to go right underneath here. Okay. Oh no. I did that wrong. Oh, that's not good. Now I can fix that, but let's see if I can get this. Now what I do is, now, there is a trick. Let's see if we can make this happen. Heat gun. If you use the heat gun, you make this easier to take off. See that? That heat gun is good for many things. And that this is one of them, and I'm going to use that some more. See if I can pull that off. See, it's going to go a lot easier if I don't ruin it. I can fix those. It's okay. If I mess up those edges, it should be okay. I do put it on high. Oh yeah, there you go. Now what I'm going to do, now I know this takes a little while, but this is good for y'all to see. There you go. There you go. I'm just trying to get up a little bit up further. We're doing good. So I can get kind of to the center. This is not usually what you do, but we will get there. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. All right. So you can see you can make a mistake and it'll be just fine. So what I'm going to do, okay, so I got that flipped up. This will be fine. I'm going to take this and I am going to take this, make sure I have enough thread here to make a bow. And then because it's pretty sticky, I think I'm going to be okay. And I'm going to cut this ribbon off right here. I have to cut off a little bit more. There you go. And then what I'm going to do, you can see that here. I'm going to go ahead and take some of this tape and put it down. And you will see this is going to work, thank goodness. So I'm gonna now just put that underneath, as you can see here, because that's where it does go. Put that underneath, and I'm gonna glue this back down. And I'm going to take my bone folder and fix some of those edges that I kind of messed up, which will be just fine. As you see, it is just fine. Okay, now, and here is my piece. And you can't even tell. The nice thing about this is after you've done that, you can go back and fix that and put that down. So you see, there it is. And now here's my tie, and I have my tie, okay, which was important. Okay, and I have the other piece as well, which we will not forget to put on. Okay, so that was a pretty frantic moment. I am going to glue the inside because that'll be fine. All right, and I'm going to fix that up too as well. So that's going to be great. I'm a little low, which I can see here. So I'm going to try and move that all the way. Not to have too much mess here, but to keep everything that I do need. Okay, so we're going to take this, and what I did with this, of course, is I cut it. I took my scissors and went across because I wanted to rough it up. So you do want to do that. I went all the way around. Then I took a little dauber. I used the right to put it on there, and then started just to go around. And I just went like this very lightly. All right, so just to rough it up and make it look a little rough. And now I'm going to go ahead and glue that back on. Then I'm going to center this on here, just like that, and like that, and like that. And again, I'm going to take this, make sure that's excellent. Then the way this worked, which was kind of nice, is that those mountains do match up right there, and which I tried to do, which is really good. So I did match up those mountains better. And that's really what you would like to do over here, but most of it's hidden. So I figured it was okay not to do that. Okay, and this you will see more. So I decided to do it there. So this again is the 1 1/4, that second one. That's second 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. And that is just going to go right about here. You want to make sure you kind of line them up here and here. Make sure that it is straight. Like that and like that. That is perfect. Very, very lucky with that heating. You see that heat tool? Did you see that heat tool? Isn't that wonderful? All right. So now we're getting there with our card. Now the next thing that we're going to do now, the way this works, I'm going to need another piece of white cardstock that I forgot to write down, but that's okay. It's been a while since I've been back. So what's going to happen is I am going to take this, and the way I put this on here is this way, okay? I'm going to put it on this way, and on this, so I'm going to put it on this way. Now, you could do it a different way, I guess, if you wanted to. You could put it that way, And but I don't see that working as well, so I'm going to put it this way. I also think that you could put the white piece of cardstock right here versus here, but I'm going to put it here because it will hide the well, the ribbon gets hidden under here. So now what I want to say is we can take the ribbon, and you can take that ribbon and put it here, and then put that white piece of cardstock right here. But I don't like doing that because then the ribbon's right there, so and it interferes. So what I like to do is I put it actually on the back. So I'm going to have this like this, and now that ribbon is going to go back here. And then I'm going to use some of this, and I decided on the blue, I'm going to take that blue and put it right over. So you see, so that becomes that back side of that, and then that opens. All right, so I like it where I don't close that card. So again, I'm just going to use some tape here. For that. It's been a while since I've been on. So let me make sure that I got that straight, that we've got it on the back side. So I want it facing that way. It's going to open this way. So the back side is here, and it comes out to the opening. Yes. So it goes there. Make sure you can just putting it on the back, kind of towards the middle. It's a little rough, so I'm just going to cut that off. It's a little bit rough. So now that goes like that. Okay, that's definitely too long. I told you it was my ribbon was a little too long, and then we can get what the ribbon is. Now what I can do is since that is going on that back side, that's going to be the top. So that's going to be the top here. So I'm going to make sure that when I do this, that I understand that this is up this way. And so that I go ahead and glue that down in a correct fashion. And that's what I'm going to do right here. And so to do that, I'm going to get my glue. And I'm going to glue this down. So you see how pretty this paper is, how gorgeous it is. And this is the up. So that's what I want. This is going to get glued right here like this, right to the edge. And then these are going to get tied together. All right, so that's how that works. So that's really nice. And then you have that blue. You see how that works? Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? All right, so what I'm going to do, oh, I got some of that. That's all right. I'll cut it off. Step on some of that ribbon. That's okay, it's going to get hidden. So what we're going to do is glue this down now. And you want to kind of make sure you're kind of getting it in the center. So all I'm going to do is glue this edge, right? So this is the edge that's going to get glued. So just that edge. So all I did is put glue on that edge. And then I'm going to bring it down to the center. Make sure I'm lining it up here to that edge, because that is what I want. And again, this is that 7 by 3 inch piece from the original 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. I am now going to take this right here, And I am going I went this way, doesn't matter. This is up and down. This would be so much fun. See how pretty that is? And so then I'm going to glue this piece down now. So this part stays open. You can make it shut. You can make it close if you want, along with the rest of the card, but I thought it was cute open. And then, if I have all my pieces still, I did cut a rough piece of paper. We'll see if I did it. I still have it. It might have got lost. So what I did do, see if I have anything here that'll help me find it. I do not see it. So what I did is, here I have some of the paper. What I did is I took a piece like this, and I don't know that I really need it, but I did have it. And I put the just wanted to say. Now I really, really like this. And if you haven't gotten this stamp set, Country Bouquet, I would get it. I love you, for you, with love. When can you not use that? And just wanted to say. I just love that saying in the front, because then you can have anything on the inside. And what I had done is I had torn a piece to go underneath that, but I'm missing my flowers. I'm missing a few things. I stamped the flowers. Oh, there's this piece. That's good news. See, there's that piece. And I did that. Okay, that's excellent. So hopefully I can find the flowers that I did. And so what I'm going to do is, there's that piece that I just tore up. So there was some extra designer paper. And since this is torn paper anyway, I tore it up right here like this. And then I'm going to glue it on the back. I'm going to take this and glue it to that piece. I thought that was kind of cute. All right. And because it's a little shabby chic, that's okay. And if I have lost the flowers, I will get them, because that I will make another one, because that's not too hard to do live. And then now I can go ahead and put that down and that. And I had a little bouquet of flowers that I had colored and stamped. And we can see, if we see them, which I kind of don't, which is kind of okay, because I will do that right now from that stamp set. Yeah, do not see it. Do not see it. Okay. Do not see those flowers. So let's hope I can do this. And let's show you what we're going to do. And then you can see how easy this is. So I'm going to just take this extra circle that I have in cardstock white. There you go. That's a cute card. I'm going to take that and that and that and that. Then I'm going to take my flowers from here, which are right here, which are so cute. And then I'm going to take my stamp, and then I'm going to take Memento ink, my Memento, and I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Then what I did is I took the pens that I have, And I took the lemon lolly and I call it raspberry. It's not raspberry. It is, as they say, instead of berry burst, instead of, there you go, instead of stamping the stamp itself, which colors it in, I just decided that I would go ahead, and so you can see also how this works, how this pen works. I decided to use a right and fill it in with the right, because the right is just great. And besides, I wanted to use two colors. I wanted to use that color. And of course, that's the fine tip, which is okay to use. I mean, the brush tip, which is fine to use. You have to be pretty good at this so you don't go out of the borders. So those were the two colors that I used. Then this is fairly easy to cut. As usual, I cut around first, then I get specific. And then I just cut around, moving the paper and making my little roundish moves. What's fun about this is that all you want to do is not have too many straight edges. And then that goes right there. So all I did is cut around. How cute. And then all I have to do is glue that down. And I glue that down first. So as you can see, that's pretty fast. So wherever that went, it's okay, because I'm sure I'll use it again. Since I have a circle punch, it's easy to make circles, and that's been lying around for a while. So I decided I could use that in case of an emergency. And I did. See, look how cute. Look how cute. Now, definitely want to use dimensionals on this, our little truck. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit how I stamped that and what I did to the stamp now that I have it up here, so I can show you on the truck. There's a few things I did to make it easier for the wheel. And so this is going to go right here. See how cute? See, it's going to go right there. Look how cute. And then this is going to go right down there. See, look how cute. And it's, I don't like sentiments that are too obvious, because for me, the creativity is the card. And so I don't want to do that. So look at that. Is that ever so cute? Isn't it great? Okay, so now you do need another piece of paper, white cardstock, which I did not write down. Again, well, it's what happens when you're not on for a long time. But you need another piece of white cardstock that's going to be the 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. So we're going to cut another piece that is 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. And of course, we said wishing a lifetime of happiness and a world of love. And then here, we're going to go ahead in here, is I'm going to measure out a 3 by 2 3 1/4, sorry, 3 1/4, 3 1/4 by 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, like that. And that should fit right into here. And then here, since it's going to be an anniversary card, this is an anniversary card, I want to use my wonderful stamp set of love. And I just want to put down with love and then the heart. So what we're going to do is just want to say, wishing a lifetime of happiness and wonderful and a wonderful, wishing a lifetime of happiness and a wonderful and a world wonderful and a world full of love. So I also want to say, just wanted to say, I can do for you. I can do, there's various ones I can do. So we're going to use this right here. I am going to use that raspberry. I can do with love for you. Okay, so here we go. I got this on the block. Just want to show you. And now these pens are just so much better than what they used to be. They really improved them. So if you've not got the core colors, again, I suggest getting them. See, watch. We're going to be just fine. Just going to make sure I get it well. This part, you do have to be a little more fastidious. It is true. It's just not blotting. But it does save you on buying every new core color. This is the way it's going to go in. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stamp that right there, just like that. See, isn't that great? And then I am going to do, I believe, with love. But I could do this too. I'm going to use these as well. Let's try that. Try that as well. Again, I want to show you how great this is. This really works. Always test. I always test. Okay, I think that's good. That's good. A little bit here. Oh. There you go. Well, this is the beauty about this one. This is fat enough. This is why you love these pens. There you go. That was my fault. And I think I still will put with love. And I think with love for you. Well, I can do it for you as well. For you. I'll do the for you. That's fine. And again, using those pens. Using these new pens. All the new ink colors. I think that'll work just fine. for you. See? Perfect. See how great those work? See how great those work? Papa. I've got a few things going on here now. Woo. All right, all right, all right. Trying to hurry to not take up your time. Now, I can go ahead. Now that looks pretty clean, actually, if you ask me. So I don't want it to look that clean. Good. So what are we going to do? We're going to rough it up. This is how you rough it up. And don't worry if you bend the card a little bit, because it's kind of part of it. So you're just going to go ahead and rough up that card. Now, if you have family that are in the mountains, who live in the mountains and have a farm like I do, what a great anniversary card this is. Family, friends that live a little bit out more. Now we can take that. I can do a little bit the same, so I can show you. So here's that, what I did. I'll just show you how great these pens are. And all I did was go like this. Now you don't want it too dark right off the bat. I didn't want it too dark. This is exactly what I did. People go round sometimes, you know, you do the round thing, but this time I decided not to do the round thing. And of course, if you want another piece of designer paper there, you could put another piece of designer paper there pretty easily, you know, very easily. But that's all I do. Not the greatest. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get some of this paper color, because this is really lovely paper color. Now it coincides with the rest, doesn't it? Doesn't that look better? We're going to keep to the system. And so that just gets glued down. And again, as I said, I keep this open, this part open, so that when they get the card, they can open this right away. So that stays open. That goes like that. And so now this gets closed. So now this, I would say 19 inches is probably plenty for this. And then all you have to do is you're going to tie this, make a bow here, make a bow here. There is your sweet card. And of course, I can cut that off. I already know that. I'll be cutting these off a little bit more. That one did not cut so well, so we'll just put that like that. And so then what happens is there's their card, right? And you can put the bow whichever way you like. That's still too big of a bow for me. So I would have to cut this bow down just a little bit, like more like that. That. That side just doesn't want to cut happily for me. So you have something like this, and then they open it up for you. Okay, just wanted to say for you, which works. And then they open up and have wishing a lifetime of happiness in a world full of love. And now I did this with the azure blue. And I again used the right to do this. All right. And this I did stamp. Again, I do not have this color, so I used the right. That is the Lost Lagoon. Okay. So definitely a fun and lovely card for an anniversary for a couple who lives out in the mountains and who has a farm. Why not? All right, very good. Well, that was plenty. I do want to show you, I hope I can show you one other thing. Okay, so you see where we see this right here. When you first stamp, the wheels are like this, okay? And so you have a stamp that looks like this. And what I did is I marked them, you see? I marked it. I put it on. I put it on before I inked it and identified exactly how I wanted this to go. And then I took my Sharpie and I marked it so that I know exactly where it's supposed to lie. And how it lies is that these dots and these two dots are right at the base here, right at the base here, right here, and right here at that base, right? So I made those two dots on this, and this dot goes right here to this line. And of course, right underneath that line, because this is a little lower, and these are all straight across from each other. So that's how that worked, so that I could go ahead and just eyeball it, not by looking at where the ink is, because that was too difficult. So don't forget, you can always mark your pieces so that you can easily get the wheels correct. Okay, so I did want to give you that little hint because it is a good hint for that. I didn't find any problems with any other part of the set. I don't want to put that back in because I have to wash that still. Okay, I probably took up too much time, I'm sure. All right. Okay, guys, I hope everything went well. I hope you enjoy this card. I think it's a great style of card. I think the paper is perfect for this truck. I think it all works out so beautifully and will be so fun for whoever gets a card like this. Okay, have a great day. And remember that in here we are missing the cardstock white that is also supposed to be a, there's my dog, is also supposed to be a second cardstock white that is also supposed to be 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. That's the way it goes. Okay, so see you later. Thank you. Have a great evening, and I will see you next week. All right. Bye-bye.